Infidelity can be a challenging and painful experience in any relationship. This video aims to help you identify potential signs of infidelity in your relationship. Changes in communication. A significant change in how your partner communicates with you can be a red flag. This might include less frequent communication, avoiding certain topics, or a general feeling of distance in your conversations. Sarah noticed that her partner, Mike, who usually shared details about his day, became increasingly vague and brief in his conversations. When she asked about his day, his responses were often, "It was fine," with no further elaboration, which was unusual compared to his previous openness. Sarah noticed Mike's communication had become brief and vague. Curious, she decided to ask him directly about this change. He said it was nothing. Sarah was not convinced. One evening, she found an opportunity to check his phone while he was asleep and discovered romantic messages from a coworker, Gertie, the mail lady from down in the office basement, confirming her suspicions of infidelity. Altered routine or habits. Pay attention to changes in your partner's routine. This could be unexplained absences, frequently working late, or sudden changes in their social calendar. While changes in routine are normal, it's the unexplained or secretive nature of these changes that can be concerning. David started noticing that his wife, Jenna, often returned home late from work, citing unexpected meetings. This was new, as Jenna typically prided herself on maintaining a work-life balance. David also observed that Jenna's weekends, previously reserved for family, were now often spent with new colleagues. David was puzzled by Jenna's late returns from work. He decided to follow her one evening, only to discover she was meeting someone at a local restaurant. He confronted her later, and she admitted to having an affair with her boss's 21-year-old son, Barnaby. Unusual secrecy. Secrecy, especially around their phone or computer, can be a sign. This may involve new passwords, taking calls in private, or being overly protective of their devices. Emma found it odd when her long-term boyfriend, Tom, suddenly added a password to his phone, which he had never done before. He also started taking calls in another room, something he hadn't felt the need to do in the past. Emma's curiosity about Tom's newfound secrecy led her to check his phone records. She discovered frequent calls to the same unknown number. When she confronted him, he admitted to an ongoing affair with someone he had met online, a Nigerian princess called Ademola, who unsurprisingly turned out to be a scammer who Tom had given his life savings to in an elaborate scheme. Changes in affection and intimacy. A noticeable shift in the level of affection or intimacy in your relationship can be a sign. This could manifest as either a decrease or a surprising increase. It's the change from your usual patterns that's key. Liam noticed a significant change in his relationship with his partner, Alex. Where once they were very affectionate, Alex had become distant and uninterested in intimacy. This shift was abrupt and without any clear explanation. Concerned about the sudden change in intimacy, Liam decided to talk to Alex's friends. Through casual conversation, he learned that Alex had been seen frequently with someone else. When confronted, Alex admitted to being unfaithful with a homeless man they had mistaken for a Hollywood celebrity. Financial anomalies, unexplained expenses, secretive financial transactions, or sudden concern over joint finances can indicate something is amiss. Keep an eye out for receipts for unexplained purchases or unusual spending patterns. Grace was surprised to find a receipt for an expensive jewelry purchase that her husband, Mark, hadn't mentioned. When she asked about it, he was vague and dismissive, claiming it was for a work-related event. This secrecy was unusual in their normally transparent financial discussions. Intrigued by the mysterious jewelry purchase, Grace dug deeper into their credit card statements and found more unusual expenses. She confronted Mark, and he eventually confessed to spending money on gifts for someone he had been seeing secretly. To her astonishment, Mark hadn't been cheating. Instead, he had developed a secret passion. He had found a stray Persian cat and taken her to his parents' house because he knows Grace hates cats. Noticing her potential, Mark named the cat Serafina and started training her for local cat competitions. Mark had been spending money on high-quality cat food, grooming supplies, and show entry fees. The expensive jewelry purchase Grace had found was for a tiara for Serafina. Mark kept this newfound hobby a secret, feeling embarrassed about his unexpected interest in the world of competitive cat showing. Mark finally felt relieved that the cat was finally out of the bag. Grace asked for a divorce immediately. Mark and Serafina went on to win Best of Show at the CFA International Cat Show. Changes in appearance and self-care. A sudden and significant change in appearance or personal grooming habits without a clear reason can be a sign. This could include dressing more carefully, increased attention to grooming, or joining a gym unexpectedly. Carlos started to notice his girlfriend, Maria, paying extra attention to her appearance. She bought new clothes, started wearing makeup more often, and joined a fitness class despite never showing interest in these things before. Carlos's suspicions about Maria's sudden interest in her appearance grew. He decided to check her social media accounts and found photos of her with another man, looking intimate. When he confronted her, she confessed to having an affair with a guy who served her at the McDonald's drive-thru. He captured her heart by adding extra McNuggets to her meal. Emotional distance. Emotional distancing is often a subtle yet powerful sign of infidelity. This can manifest as a lack of interest in family events, disengagement from conversations, or an overall decrease in emotional investment in the relationship. Rachel felt a growing emotional gap between her and her partner, Josh. He seemed disinterested in conversations about their future, which they used to enjoy planning together. His detachment was palpable during family gatherings, where he seemed physically present but emotionally absent. Rachel's feeling of an emotional gap with Josh led her to snoop through his emails. She found a chain of emails between Josh and an old flame that clearly indicated an ongoing affair. Confronted with the evidence, Josh admitted to cheating with his ex-girlfriend, who was also called Rachel. He'd had 4 girlfriends in his life, 3 of which were named Rachel. The 4th girl was also called Rachel, but her name had a different spelling. It's important to remember that these signs are not definitive proof of infidelity. People's behaviors change for a multitude of reasons, many of which are completely innocent. The key is open communication. If you're concerned about your relationship, the best approach is to talk to your partner honestly and openly about your concerns. Remember, this video is meant to guide and inform, not to create suspicion or accusation. Every relationship is unique, and challenges should be addressed with care, empathy, and open communication. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on future content. Your support means the world to me, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Until then, take care.